It's time for your Sandusky Speedway weekly race recap show. Your hosts, Chris Mize and Doug Duck.
Yay for us.
What up? First off, like I always want to thank all the veterans out there. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do shows like this and race and enjoy our freedoms. Want to thank our military serving overseas in the homelands, all our first responders, police, fire, EMS, doctors, nurses, and tow truck drivers, Mr. Sweeney. Tow truck, I tell you what, they're going to be busy in the next 48 hours.
Or more, yeah.
You know, and that I was joking. I actually talked to Wayne tonight, and as you watch, I always thank you now, and he started laughing, and I go, in all seriousness, so if this apocalypse hits us like it's supposed to, it's snowing now in Sandusky, but in blizzard conditions, them guys are out in it, and they're pulling your car out. They don't get to say, hey, it's real cold, we're not working today, so we do thank them. All joking aside, Wayne, because he's supposed to be watching. But another thanks, Doug, Renegade Stock Series, Kale Krebs, Boom Pro Trucking come on board, sponsored the Some of the Point Fund. They'll be a series sponsor this year, along with Kevin Hill at Lubrication Supply LLC. So we want to thank Cal and Boom Pro Trucking. If you need any truck crane moves, plywood, drywall, shingles,
Okay.
get a hold of Boom Pro Trucking. So he does a lot out there. You guys, when you see the big flag, it's kind of unique, Doug. I don't think that can be imitated, can be tried, but Cal brings his boom truck out there in the infield with the big American flag. And for, 2 years ago, I believe it was, going on 2 years ago at High Miler, he had both trucks there with 3 flags hanging when you come around the corner, and it was cool as hell. I don't care what anyone says. That was cool. And he left it up all weekend. So want to thank Cal Krebs. So other than that, see y'all next week.
Yeah, nothing going on here.
So we apologize. We were supposed to be on last week. My work schedule is kind of crazy right now. As everybody knows, help is non-existent anymore.
Right.
So, you people out there that are working, thank you. Use people. Thank you, because, we got to pick up the slack and work overtime, and granted, overtime's nice, but sometimes it gets old. So that's all I'll say about that, because if I keep talking, I didn't know Kel was watching. He's going, he only said that because I was watching.
Well, Ron Calhoun watched the intro, and he thinks it looks awesome.
Yeah, that's
first time for everything.
Yeah, it's only been playing for
about 6 months,
8-9 months, Ronnie. So,
right.
Yeah, there's Tommy Hayward's watching too. So here comes the executive producer.
Now we got
The Hangover. So it's been feels like forever. The last time we were on was
January 15th, 17 days ago.
Yeah, well, we were on
for the Hangover.
Right. So
it
was not a monsoon, but it was cold. It was cold as hell. It was cold.
Every bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we had a good amount of cars show up. I like seeing more, but when you're at what was it, Doug? 16, 18 degrees.
Yes, that is being nice.
Yeah,
A little
with the
bit of
wind
wind.
chill. It was yeah, there, John Young, I'll tell you, it was cold. That's an
Yeah,
understatement. But we had some fans show up and everything. We had great racing, I think.
we had every element to make a race.
Yeah, it was 10, no, there was more than that, trust me. I'd have heard about it from Kevin if it was only 10.
Maybe 10 degrees.
10 degrees, yeah. But the late model champagne stock, uh Dave Gumby drove a hell of a race. I just got to put it out there. Uh, he didn't miss a beat. He didn't miss a beat because if he did, the legend was right behind him.
Yes. Yep.
Ron Miller was right behind him. He couldn't get around him. But I'm telling you, if Dave would have missed one of his marks and screwed up one slight bit, boom.
And I think that's what Ron was just waiting on that perfect opportunity.
And
just didn't come.
he said that on Hammer Down Racing. He says, I knew I couldn't get around him, but he said I was just waiting, and he goes, and he never made a mistake, And
Right.
So that's his first late model champagne stock win at Hangover. They've gone. I think it's his first win period at the Hangover. I'm not sure, but then I tell you what, the moonshine stock, Doug, that Scott Hammer, he was all excited. He goes out there, he running good, and then he gets beat, and he gets beat by that. What I thought, truthfully, was the coolest car there. Coolest looking car there was the 57, a Maverick Morrow,
Right.
Way up Michigan. So it was a 57 Chevy, I believe. And
Yep. Now, during hot laps, we kind of had our eye on Hammer. He said he's hitting every mark right now. And
yeah, well, he was too, and he was running good.
Yes,
And
it was.
Maverick went out there in a heat race and hot laps. It's first time ever at Sandusky Speedway, and he runs both dirt and asphalt around Michigan. And he went out there a heat race, and he said, I listened to him on Hammer Down. He said something about he was a little off in that, and he hooked up on. We'll get into that, Jeffy. He hooked up in the feature. I tell you what, that car was a rocket. Scott Hammer said on Hammer Down, I was out front and I knew this was the one. This is the one. And he says, damn. He was a little bitter on that interview, Scott interviewing Maverick.
Actually, Scott, if it's any consolation, we actually said you probably have the best shot at getting that.
Yeah, I actually thought Scott was going to win. Yeah. Scott's on. Burned up my tires. Every excuse a race car driver used, Doug. I had it, but I burnt my tires up.
Right.
But, and then you go to the front wheel drives, the whiskey stocks. Richie Gregory was, he was kind of in a league of his own there. He, though I was happy because we had Maverick was, I think he's 5 hours from here, wasn't he? 4, 5, 6 hours up Michigan away, or I believe he said 4 to 6 hours. We had a guy running a whiskey stocks that was from Charleston, West Virginia, come up to run, and we appreciate that. I mean, he said he had fun and everything, but there was no denying Richie Gregory. The only way he was going to lose is if he blew up or wrecked.
Right.
And that didn't happen. So want to thank all you guys, congratulate you winners. We'll see a lot of them guys back next year, and we'll see some of them back, Doug, April 9th and 10th.
Yeah, big show.
We renamed, it used to be our first year last year, it was the Icebreaker, Spring Ice Breaker Cavalcade. You did. We were talking about that earlier, huh? This year, the Spring Cavalcade will be called the Freddie Bender Spring Cavalcade. Freddie Bender he's been around the racetrack Sandusky long before I was around the track.
Track icon.
Yeah, and everybody knew Freddie, and unfortunately, it's been a bad couple of years, and Freddie found out he had cancer, and with, I think, Doug, what was it, 2-3 weeks?
Yeah, it was not long.
He passed away, and then, turned around, or we haven't been on since, I don't believe, but our condolences and prayers go out to the McKnight family. Same with Jean McKnight. Went in the hospital and found out she had cancer, and it was like 20 some days, 25 days, and Jean passed away. So, it's just been a bad year in the racing community, and no. But so when we get to Spring Cavalcade, Freddie Bender Spring Cavalcade, we kind of mixed it up this year and went thought out of the box a little bit, Doug. And what we're running is UMP Dirt Late Models. And it's a UMP sanctioned show. And I'm working with Ron Miller right now and talking to him. The big race was on Sunday. What we're looking at doing, getting sponsorship, we're going to probably run a feature on Saturday night too, Doug, on that. So, a UMP points race on both nights. So then the Oakshade Bombers, Fremont Trucks that was here at the Fall Cavalcade will be back with them guys. They'll be back Spring Cavalcade. They put on a hell of a show too, Doug. I mean, them guys, I tell you what, they're, and I'm not just saying it because Scott and John and them are on here, but you talk about a good bunch of guys. I mean, they do great in promoting, these races that we had at Sandusky with them, and Tony Burns and Corey and them guys. I can't thank you guys enough, and great show too.
And before we get into much more for the cavalcade, Scott, if you would give us the correct name of the division, we will put that on our advertising.
We're okay. Super Stocks. Yeah, he was already. He's already getting all wound up. He's got to quit calling that. So it'll be the Fremont Dirt Trucks against the Oakshade Super Stocks. So that'll be another good shootout, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of hype up on that day too. I mean, there was a lot of trash talking. Oh yeah. I thought I'd break it back out, Rick. The Dragon. So yeah. Glad somebody noticed, Doug. What I say before we come on. I'm gonna put Dragon up, see if anybody knows.
Right. He's adding words to this thing.
Dominator. You didn't say that, Scott. Now you did. Then we get into some of our normal classes, modifieds.
Normal.
Well, I mean, we run, normally at Sandusky Speedway. Yes. Modifieds, Pure Stocks, Renegade Stock Series, Beginner Stocks, and the National Compact Tour will be making their appearance at Spring Cavalcade this year, which used to formerly be known as Midwest Touring Series. So National Compact Tour, they're running a race next weekend, I believe, down in Florida, Freedom Factory. So if you guys are going down to Florida for Speed Weeks, go down early. Bradenton, Florida, right off 75 there. DeSoto Speedway is what it used to be called. It's called Freedom Factory now. Stop in there and see their race, I believe, the 11th, February 11th. So Drew's a good partner of Sandusky Speedway. We work close with him. Now, the big news, Doug. The schedule will be released Friday.
Wow, that's good news.
And there's some cool things on the schedule. We've been waiting to clarify some stuff up, and we'll go over it on the next show. I'm not going to let it out now, but there's some different things that we're doing. once the schedules are released, I'll go into it, and we're trying some different things. For the most part, a lot of it will be just like it was this year. No, it's not the Rona. It's the Winston's.
Wow. The Winston cough.
The Winston cough. We're gonna stick to what worked for us, Doug, what worked for the fans, and we think it's pretty good schedule. There'll be some dollar nights in there and some different things we'll be doing this year. I think I think it's very important that we involve the kids a lot at intermission, autograph session, kids rides, everything we can do to involve the kids is what we'll do again this year. So we'll go over that next live. The schedule will be coming out Friday at about 10, 11 o'clock. So
how exciting.
If the snow don't stop it.
Stop what?
I might take Facebook out again.
Yeah.
Hashtag Sandusky Speedway.
You got a chance to win.
Big D's Pizza. Large 2-item pizza, Pepsi product. Want to thank Dean Henry. AM Rick. I like that. Rick knows me. Rick knows me. Where's the schedule? I said 10 o'clock tonight.
We'll just see how that all works out.
But Big D's Pizza, they've been great, Doug, on both our shows. I want to thank Dean Henry. Just so you guys know, if you win a pizza tonight and you want to donate it, it does go to where you want. It does get donated. On our other show, we had three pizzas that were donated, and Dean actually donated them to the Clyde Police Department, and I thought that was pretty good because, yeah, I'm gonna trust me, Josh. Because I won't get into it here, but I think police get a raw deal nowadays. So thanks, Dean. We really appreciate everything you do. And other than that, Doug.
Transponders.
We're fixing some of the transponders that we have that have been down. We're not buying any new ones. We're not purchasing any more transponders. We highly suggest that you buy your own transponders. You get them online, whatever. Kyle Ramsey's normally on here. He's got a thing that he puts up a link, but they're easy to find. I suggest the hardwired ones. I think they're anywhere from $150 to $180 in that price range where you find them. Right. And the thing of it is, if you run 18, 20 races at Sandusky, it's $10 every time you come in to lease that. In a year, you've made your money back if you buy one. So thanks, Rick. Now watch Rick will win and you rigged it. You track promoters all stick together, don't you?
We're making friends with the police departments everywhere we go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got to make friends with them.
All right.
Most of the guys are retired, so I'm good now.
High Miler, I think he mentioned, was last week and in July. Let me double check it. Yeah. And campsites are available.
Campsites are available and they're open. There's no more campsites that are reserved. That day come and gone, first of the year. So if you want a campsite for High Miler, get a hold of the track office, 419-625-4084, and get yourself a campsite. Pit pads. I think there's still some available. I'm not sure.
There are some, yeah.
And get a hold of Kevin on that. I have nothing to do with the pit pads, so you got to get a hold of Kevin, and he'll tell you what's available and what's not.
I sent you a text.
You did?
Yeah.
Doug's texting me in private. You guys want me to read it out loud?
You can if you'd like.
But
All right. Yeah, now look, this is nice.
What?
Matt Marlowe, who does not have internet, is going to donate his to a snow plow driver if he wins.
Oh, that's great. I don't know if Dean's watching, but I'll make sure that he knows. It does like the shovel in my hand count as snowplow driver?
Plowing snow.
Plowing snow.
But I think
Thanks, Matt.
that's going to be a hard. Yeah.
You know, we had our banquet January 22nd. I now I'm stumped because go-karts were involved in that, but our circle track, Matt Barlow was champion. That he just reminded me. Johnny Newman won the championship in the Pier Stocks. Matt, I think that was 2 years in a row for Matt as modified champion. Johnny Newman won. Clayton Oliver took home the Renegade Stock Series, and Laney Najedley took home the hardware for the beginner stocks. Laney's moving up. She's going up in the pure stock driving for Jesse Carrillo, and I think she's going to be running some Renegade races too. So,
and you took home pieces of carpet.
I apologize to some people that were at the banquet. Now you know why I don't drink Crown Raw.
By the bottle.
By the bottle. I got a little loud and obnoxious, but I had fun. You know, little Kevy tripped me.
Yeah. I don't know where Kevy was. He was like on the other side of the table, but he tripped you.
They see Laney is doing double duty. Ed, poor Ed. He's the first one. I apologize.
Every night. So that's gonna kind of dictate our lineup.
Yes, it is
for the night.
Yeah, and it was Ed. It was your wife that started me on the shots. Just so everybody knows. Oh yeah, it was.
Ooh. It was bad. Did you ever try to move a Knox?
Whew.
That's what it was.
Listen, I'm sorry. I only drink a couple times a year, and Cavalcade and Banquet are two of them. And we had video of the Cavalcade. Thank God we didn't have video of the Banquet. We had pictures though. Clayton sitting on my lap.
Yeah, that made its rounds too.
Yeah. So I want to thank everybody that come to the banquet. Pretty good time. Like I say, I feel sorry for Melissa Smith and Ed and all them that were sitting around me because I was getting loud.
Okay,
so
you want to give away?
Let's give away Big D's Pizza.
All right.
That's all we got to give away.
We can do that. Get this right. All right, 20 people in Sandusky Speedway. Hashtag Sandusky Speedway.
And here we go.
Are we ready?
Yep.
All right, away we go. Yeah, the kids being at the banquet, that was pretty cool, and they gave some great interviews.
Yes, they did.
Awesome. Ron Calhoun. That is our
Hope won last time.
Yeah, what is this? What's up with that?
What's up, Calhouns? You pizza snatchers.
Pizza. Okay. There you go, Ron. You're a winner.
Listen, I want to touch base on something that happened last Friday night. Member of our racing family had a fire. He lived in an apartment. It wasn't his apartment caught on fire, but he lost everything he had in the fire. Joey Wyckoff, Lisa, and their 5-year-old son, they made it out. They weren't hurt. They made it out. But when they made it out, a handful of clothes is about all they made it out with, and the clothes on their back. I can't imagine sitting and watching everything you own go up in flames.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen pictures where I think Joey had 4 inches ice in his living room after it was over with, and Thanks, Ronnie. But listen, they got kids' clothes they need. You know, Joey hasn't asked, Doug. Joey hasn't asked anybody for anything. I mean, there's people jumped in and helped, but if you got kids' clothes or you got clothes you want to get rid of, decent clothes and that, get a hold of me offline on private message. I got the sizes. Anything helps. You can't replace. I mean, they just had Christmas for that 5-year-old boy, Doug.
Right.
Little over a month ago, and the story I heard is the boy says, "Well, when can I go back in and get my toys or whatever?" 5-year-olds don't comprehend, and they got to tell them, it's gone. So anything helps. Get a hold of me, private message me or text me. A lot of you got my phone number, and I'll set you in the right path. Please, though, our racing community steps up on everything. I expect it. You guys all jump in, and our prayers go out to Joey and that. Thank God they're okay. And they got family in that they could rely on. Some people don't, Doug. They're on their own, and I can't imagine. Like I say, it just seems like one tragedy happens after another in the last year and a half, 2 years, and so you hit your bed at night, you lay your head on that pillow, say some prayers, please. Say some prayers. We've lost a lot of people. Like I said, Freddie Bender, Gene McKnight. The list just, unfortunately, the list just goes on. So many that
we had a list at the banquet, and it was
terrible. It's terrible. It just goes on these past 2 years. So pray for everybody's health and everything, and if you can help Joey and his family out, get a hold of me, and I'll make sure you get sent to the right place. So, other than that, what you got, Doug?
That's it.
We are hiring this here at the racetrack. The score. Doug's not going to be there all year. Might be there in the beginning to help out, but
maybe for the right price.
You cut out, but
cut out. Chris, get a hold of Chris Myers after this, and he can let you know.
And thanks for Big D's Pizza for the 5 pizzas, couple calzones, and just kidding.
Yeah, we just gave them all away.
Dean Ronnie Calhoun won the pizza tonight, and I told him what you did with Clyde Police, and he'd like to donate his to the Clyde Police too, please. So, and like I say, that's stand up. I mean, Dean Henry, Big D's Pizza, stand up people, and Ron Calhoun, he donated it to the Clyde Police Department. So
you might not want to say his name when you go in and give it to him.
This is from Ron Calhoun. Can you just take that back, sir?
Right. And let him know that we still have that warrant.
Yeah, could you have him deliver this, Dean?
Right. I'd like it to be personal.
But we're looking at a few positions. If you're interested in working track this year, get a hold of me on private message. We are looking for a scorer, unfortunately. Doug lives 3 hours away, people, and it's trying at times. That ride,
it is,
tears him up. But
while you're sleeping,
now the scorer has to be
awake at all times
and no feelings,
and have no feelings. Look who joined us.
Oh, jeez. Thanks, Brittany. We're about done. and you got to be able to take smoke. So you got to have thick
smoke, no feelings.
Yeah. Been around swear words. okay with a little hostility once in a while, and not directed at you, but in general. Be prepared to hear a few arguments, up in the tower. But
And sometimes it's just plain funny. You'll get somebody in there and you'll ask them questions and they'll say the darndest things.
you ain't kidding. Now, we won't go into one, but yeah, you ain't kidding. And you see my boom. But but we are looking for sometimes. Yeah, yeah, Julie. Oh yeah, that was right in front of the NASCAR guy, and I didn't even know he was there checking on us that night, whipping the radios. But and all due serious, you got to be computer pretty savvy with the computer and stuff like that, and
just message us and we'll
get set up.
Yeah.
Now listen, I don't want to sound like I don't want to swear on here, but I don't want to sound like an asshole. But if you're serious about it, please message. If you're not really serious about it,
then don't.
Don't, because it's somebody that I can tell you right now. It's what, 20 weeks of the year, Doug.
It is, and it's not a hard job, but it takes a lot of concentration, and you need to be on your toes.
Yeah, and you got to be one of the first ones at the track, and you're one of the last ones to leave at the end of the night. And I mean, if scoring questions come up, trust me, all the time, and different things come up, and it's not my department, Brittany, but
okay, we will take that off now.
Yeah,
so you got to pay us for that.
Hey, that's what we're looking for. Different help, gate guards, different things. If you're interested in any of these positions, there's positions come open all the time. Give us private message, give us a shout. But we are definitely looking for a scorer that would be there every week and be able to put up with me. Yeah, no, I did that. I did that, Rick.
I parted my hair in the middle, and that's what.
But you know what, Rick? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys a story. It ain't all my fault.
About what?
Because he will sit there and agitate me.
Agitate? You sound like a child.
He'll sit there and agitate. He'll sit there.
And, you agitate.
Dean, come on up. You can have mine. Trust me. I'm the most hated guy at the track. Trust me. Half them pits love me at the end of the night. I'm best guy, best race director ever. The other half hate me.
Right.
Next week when we leave, that group that love me, I'm the most terrible thing that ever hit the face of the earth. I mean, whatever. I go to bed at night. I made a comment, Doug, on Facebook. Your mind has to be stronger than feelings. And in racing in positions like this is your mind. Rick knows.
Right.
Rick knows exactly. Your mind has to be stronger than feelings. And if you want this scorer position, you're going to be, sooner or later, you'll be put in a hot seat where, questions.
When the thing goes completely crash and he just looks at you and goes,
what are you doing?
Fix it.
What are you doing? Fix it. Hurry up.
Yeah.
I can't fix it. I got it. Well, we got a race, dude.
What do you want me to do, Doug? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to read? Yeah, just go right.
And grab a piece of paper, and you got to be able to hand score too. And I help with that. I'll read the numbers that come across and stuff.
That's nice.
So, but we really do. We need some help this year. If you're interested, get a hold of us. Not just up in the tower scoring, but the different positions throughout the track. But scoring's the main one, and you'll see that the tower, and Rick's on, he'll vouch for this. Everybody thinks, the tower's the most chaotic place to be on race night. Figure it out, Doug. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a helicopter.
Deb's up there, Ronnie.
I made the offer.
But I remember that Ed bailed. Nah, I ain't doing this.
Right. And
Joe Pugh had to step in.
Deb said she would never work next to him.
It works out great with me and Deb because Deb comes up. She's my wife, but if we had to work together, it would, about the first time I spazzed out, that'd be it. Right. So other than that, hope you all make it through the mini blizzard that we're about to get. It's snowing here in Sandusky pretty hard. Stay safe. Hopefully it's not as bad as what they say. They were comparing it, Doug, to the blizzard 78. And
never.
I tell you what, if it's half as bad as blizzard 78, we're in trouble. I mean, I'll never forget that. So Ed's in New Jersey.
Oh, nice place.
He's up there talking to those mafia buddies.
Just ate a couple bucks.
Yeah. Joe Pesci's meeting them for pizza. All right, people. We took enough of your time. Yeah. I tell you what, Cal remembers it. That was
What,
it took, we're talking the 78 blizzard. It took 4 days. And that's when 250 from Norwalk to Sandusky was just 2 lanes. It took 4 days to bring the big loaders, and I believe they were 992s. And it took them 4 days to make clear the path from 250 from Sandusky to Norwalk. I remember, Doug, they were pushing. There was cars and trucks buried in the drifts, and they didn't know. They were pushing them right out of the way. And,
And then if you were in the ditch, you just got buried.
Yeah, you got buried, and your car got out. I remember as a kid, and when it all kind of, you could drive and start driving around. It took a week or two before you could actually start driving around the roads. And there used to be flags on top of snowbanks, like orange flags. Yeah. And that marked where cars were inside the snow. So be careful. Hope it isn't as bad as what they say. And if it is, hope everybody's safe. Only travel if you need to. So I'll probably be working tomorrow like a dumbass. But other than that, anything, Doug?
No, Johnny, meteorologist Johnny Newman said that everything will be back to normal on Friday.
Same guy said go out and check the track. Use your head.
He did.
Oh, track's wet. No shit.
And up here, you guys
go send a wrecker out and pull Newman out of the trees, please. But other than that, I got nothing. You got anything?
No.
Yeah, it was, Cal. It was over a week before everything got moving on. All right.
We'll see you on the 15th.
February 15th. God bless all of you, and God bless America. Thank you for watching.
Here we go.